Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Trailer Park Pundit. I want to welcome my guest, Oz the Boomer. Welcome.
Hi, Chanda.
Hi.
How are you? God, this studio, I look more scruffy than I actually am.
See, now I always cry about being in different studios. I got spoiled by live stream studio. Now when I go into anybody else's studio, I'm like,
Well, yeah, and I'm bigger on the screen too. I mean, I've lost weight but I'm bigger on the screen. It makes me kind of crazy. Hi, everybody.
Well, I can make us smaller. There, is that better?
Yeah, that's great. Oh, now my brain's not going to break. There's Yona and Popeye and Patty and Jilly and Kate and Barbara. God, you got all the great people in here.
I know. I have a good crowd that hangs out in the morning. It's fun.
Yeah.
We used to do the dive in the morning. We really enjoyed doing the dive in the morning.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, and I like doing it in the evening. I mean, Tuesday night we bring the serious stuff, and
girls. Hi,
girls. Dharma, she's getting so old. She's got.
I know.
Happy Groundhog Day.
Well, I thought Groundhog's Day was like 3 days ago.
Isn't it the 3rd of February?
I think it's the first Tuesday, whatever the Tuesday falls on.
Oh God, I don't know. I'm still watching. I'm still watching.
You saw a shadow though, right? Is that what I heard?
I think so. My dog ate it. So
great. We get another 6 weeks of nuclear winter. Is that what that means?
Yeah. Well, it's better that than nuclear mushroom clouds. So I'm just
Speaking of nuclear mushroom clouds, you guys see my new intro with the mushroom cloud in the background? Thank you. Oz and Linda put a lot of work into that. So thank you to both of you for that.
Yeah, we enjoyed doing it. And you were the one that added the mushroom cloud. You're the one that wanted that. I thought that because we had that spot in the corner, it was just kind of empty. And it's like, God, and Shanda goes, put a mushroom cloud there. It'll be perfect. Yeah.
It would be. Well, I mean, I'm just sitting here in my trailer park waiting for nukes to go off, right? Isn't that what we're all doing?
Yeah, I'm sitting in my trailer waiting for the nukes to go off. Yeah.
Okay, let me see. I'm doing my deck a little different. We had to engineer and come in a different way for audio reasons. Audio Satan. So it might pop up just like in the middle of a show. I don't know.
Yeah, we like that.
Right there. It just did. I knew if I flipped the switch on, it would pop it up. Let's see. Okay, I've got a couple of different shots here. Let's see what works. No, we can't. Cool. We can't really see the full deck on that one.
Yeah, but right? I like the flash boxing gloves you put on me. Those are cool.
Yeah, I figured I'd have you and I boxing it out today. So
yeah, okay, we can duke it out. That's fine. Yeah, it's been an insane week,
Do you see all the little Oz's around the trailer park?
Yeah. It's
that one's drinking Coke.
Where's Waldo? Where's
Waldo?
Oz?
Yeah,
I love it. Good idea. I love your new avatars there, with the hands on the hips and stuff. It's like, yeah.
That was on autoplay. Sorry about that. So fair use. We got a bunch of clips today, but everything we say is just our opinions. And, you can form your own opinion and go do your own research. And
man, do we got opinions. Wow.
Do we have opinions? Yeah, I can't make us any bigger. I can do that. That's about.
You do whatever you want. You can put me upside down.
The way I'm having to bring the media in today is really, these are the choices we have.
Yeah.
So this is why I bounce between studios, because StreamYards has some shots that, especially when you have a guest, it's a little bit better than this. But when I do my own shows, I definitely always use the studio. So.
How do you like my background screen?
I love it. Yeah. That's from a couple of weeks ago.
We didn't. I canned it because everybody's got superhero fatigue, but I think it makes a good background. So.
No, it does. It definitely does. So if you want to buy me a coffee, buymeacoffee.com /trailer park. I really like that. They finally paid me out. They quit playing around with the whole 1099 and it came in handy. I only had like $20 over there because you guys have been awesome. And it covered one of our streaming fees. I think it was Zoom or something. I was like, yeah, cool. That one covered it. So
now does it have to be a coffee or can it? Because I see these other people buy me a sandwich or buy me a ticket on the merry-go-round.
Yeah, I haven't really played around that much in that website, but apparently you can do like wish lists. And so people can, if you needed equipment, you could put it there. People could help you out with that type of thing. It's kind of a cool website. We have so many now. Of course, Roar is using Give Send Go, right? That's down in the link tree below if you'd like to help Roar Media out. But yeah, we're all kind of using different avenues right now. And of course, PayPal, all the Patreons, the ones we normally use. And come on, this is a little different. My little box thing's in a whole different area. Oh, and you don't see it. Okay, that's cool. Because you know how you can normally see me flip and slide? Yeah. You can't see it in this.
No, this orientation is cool. This reshot, I like it. It's
Okay,
cool.
well.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like that background too. I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he fell into the vat of molten steel.
Diani, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So this day in history, of course, this is a segment I always do on my show. We don't do it on our shows, but I think it's informative and sometimes it's funny. So 1962, U.S. President John F. Kennedy bans all trade with Cuba except for food and drugs. Well, that changed, didn't it? It eventually became a trade for nothing. 1743, Philadelphia establishes a pest house to quarantine immigrants in. I thought we'd advance more than that, but I guess we haven't.
Well,
1783, Spain recognizes U.S.'s independence. Boy, that was pretty early, 1783. 1815, a world's first commercial cheese factory is established in Switzerland. Thank God. Thank God, because
oh my God.
I can't live without the cheese
The
sauce.
Swiss.
The Swiss. I guess that's where Swiss cheese came from, right?
No, Chinese invented it.
Did they? They probably did. The Chinese invented everything, right? Pasta and yeah. No, I believe that.
They invented pasta? Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, pasta. Now we know why he loves the Chinese so much.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1941, U.S. Supreme Court upholds federal minimum wage. How low? That's minimum wage and maximum hours. Gosh, yeah.
And it stayed that way since then. It's the same.
Totally. It has. 1944, World War II. United States troops capture the Marshall Islands and then fucking blow them up.
Oh my God.
Right?
Oh my God.
And never forget, 1945, almost 1,000 flying fortresses dropped 3,000 tons of bombs on Berlin. So,
my how things haven't changed.
My how things haven't changed. That is your this day in history. I can't find that stupid thing. Okay, so this is a headline I don't care to cover, and I would be going in depth and bring you guys the video, but because of the way I'm set up, I can't really go out and grab other videos for tonight. But you guys can check this out over on Burmas's channel. Of course, he is Red Voice Media now. And horrific crash leaves behind dismembered penis at a Alabama gas station. Can you imagine the way that would go? Horrific crash, and then you lose your penis. Anything can happen out there, guys. So yeah, I don't want to go in too depth with this story.
Well, there's better ways to get a circumcision than crashing your car.
Well, I think he died from what I understood of the story.
Oh, that sucks.
Like, how do you die and lose your penis at the same time? Crazy
God,
story.
you lost your bits before you went up to heaven. That's kind of an oxymoron.
Right.
Oh my God.
Let's see here. I can't do a 3-shot. Okay, I can't. No. With the media in there, it will not let me separate them, and I can on everything else. But I want to shout our chats out before we get too far into the show and into the rant. How is everybody? Everybody's coming in, filing in.
That Anthony! There's Anthony. Hi, Anthony.
Oh yeah, my little avatar. She's got great knockers, doesn't she? Thanks for noticing. I'm so glad you noticed.
I made those in grade school. They were the little purple grape things that you went. Oh, not those knockers. Those knockers. I'm confused. It's only Friday, folks.
Yeah, it's only Friday. Those knockers. I am a Friday child. So, what day were you born?
I was born at Sunday night at 7:18 p.m. I petitioned my parents to be born at 4:20, but they wouldn't go for it.
They didn't get it right. Damn it. I'm a night owl. I was born at 12:54 a.m. on a Friday. Yeah. So I was born in the middle of the night.
Well, you're ready to party.
I was. I've always been a night owl. So.
All dressed out and ready to go.
But as I'm getting older, I'm becoming a morning person. Now that I get up, I really early
about
for
10 years ago. Yeah, I used to stay up till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and then get up at 4:30 the next day.
Yeah, well, cocaine is a hell of a drug, ain't it, Oz?
Oh my God in heaven.
Good morning, Kate, hanging out on the Rockfin. Of course, Yona is in the house. Happy day. February 2nd. I'm confused, Amber.
It's Red Angel.
Today's the 3rd, right?
Red Angel. I haven't seen Red Angel before. You got Red Angel? Bring
Red Angel comes and hangs out with us all the time in the morning.
Come over to Beauty and the Boomer, Red Angel.
Yeah, you'll like Beauty and the Boomer. I'm confused, Amber. What is February 2nd? Today's the 3rd, right? Yeah, today's the 3rd. You
She's
trying to
saying
gaslight me. She's trying to gaslight me into thinking it's the 2nd.
No, Groundhog Day. She's saying it's the 2nd. So
Oh, okay, it's the 2nd.
is that what
Is
she's
that a
saying?
set day or is it
I don't know.
like?
I thought it was February 3rd, but maybe I need to go back and watch Groundhog Day again. I don't understand.
I know I shouldn't be laughing at the dismembered dick story. That's why I didn't go too in depth.
No, it's we lost a life, and
Yeah, it's very
that's just
sad.
hard. Yeah, it is. Seriously, it is. It's terrible.
No,
I'd hate to go. I don't think I'd care too much what I leave behind at that point, though. So,
right.
what do you got going on here in the deck today?
I've been marked safe from caring what AOC thinks. So,
oh my
God for that, right?
Is that that's good. That's good. So
we all saw the clown show that happened yesterday, right?
Yeah, she had a meltdown. We're going to cover that tomorrow.
They all had a meltdown, and I only brought her meltdown, but I'm sure everybody has been out there on Twitter land has seen each one of them had their own unique meltdown. Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar, and
yeah.
I wish they'd get that fired up and passionate for the working class,
Never gonna happen.
It's their own asses, they'll cry and theatrics, but when it's us, they won't even show up for the
no. But next week they're going to be painting pictures of hot air balloons. So
right.
That's the way it goes.
Well, let's check this shit show out.
And the Oscar goes to...
Don't tell me that this is about a condemnation of anti-Semitic remarks when you have a member of the Republican caucus who has talked about Jewish space lasers and
Jewish space lasers
and weather balloons from China. Oh, wait.
This is about targeting
we'll
women
get there.
of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology.
Not a single apology. Damn it.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know. I thought it was over.
All right.
Listen.
Look at that.
Busted.
When did AOC become like a pastor freaking preacher? Yeah, she got the
you're healed. You're
gonna
healed.
lay the hands upon you.
Oh my gosh.
Idiots. Oh my gosh. Can I do this?
It happens.
Oh, I can only do one at a time. That sucks. I was trying to do a 3-shot with all of us, but it wouldn't let me.
It won't let you. Yeah, there it goes. There's a 3-shot with everything.
Yeah, I was trying to do one where I could make AOC bigger, not like I need to blow her head up anymore. But
it's probably in there somewhere. We'll get it.
Yeah, so bear with us, guys. I'm playing on the 1s and 2s today, so I don't know. Is it fun to just come in, not have to worry about setting anything up, and just hang out?
Heaven. It's heaven. I can sit here and scratch my ear and hang out, and I can look around.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about what's coming up next or prompting and queuing. Yeah. How's our chats doing? Oh, they're building. Hey, why don't you guys hit that like button and share for us? Because, we are algorithmically challenged.
Especially, this is your first Friday show, so nobody's knowing you're going to be on.
Yeah, nobody knows I'm normally on Fridays, but I'm going to make this a normal thing. So,
cool.
Yeah, Fridays.
Absolutely. Now, what do we cover on Fridays, or what are you going to cover on Fridays? You're going to have silly guests like me on, and
Friday's going to be totally lighthearted. Well, lighthearted in one way, but I want you to be able to stop by and unload any serious shit that you want to talk about and get off your chest. So that way we're lighter for Beauty and the Boomer. Because sometimes
we want to have more fun.
We'll spend the whole week. We have a ton of shit to talk about, and it's really deep, heavy, boring, or we want to be funny and have fun on Saturdays. So.
Yeah, I'm going to be a stand-up comedian when I grow up, when I'm 100. So
when you're 100, right?
When I'm 100, yeah, exactly.
No, I just think this is a better outlet. And now that I have relocated my studio, I have more me time. I can do more shows. So.
It's quieter too.
It is quieter, isn't it? I don't have the whole house walking through.
No, your acoustics are great. Your vocals are great. Your acumen is fantastic. So it's wonderful. Yeah.
Well, all until this weather balloon flies over the top of us and I don't know, spies on us. Is that what it's doing?
Yeah, the solar panels that feed that little 9 volts to the little weather meter, that's going to do damage to New York for sure.
I first saw this yesterday in somebody's, like, it wasn't a TikTok, but it was somebody's personal feed from Montana saying, "What the fuck is this thing? Do you see this thing?" And then when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, that must be the moon." And then he's like, "It's not the moon. The moon's right here." And I was like, "Oh, okay." But then as the day grinded on, we started getting information leaking out how the Pentagon knew about this and they're not worried about it. Anthony he's not that concerned, other than he's canceling his trip to China because, well, we want China to know we're serious, that they're sending shit over. But let's check this out. Of course, I had to bring Dabu 7's take.
Dabu 7. Dabu 7 here.
Dabu's killing it.
I love Dabu. He's so funny.
He is.
This is Dabu 7. I want to share with you guys here some
Why is it
footage
so quiet?
that shows this suspected Chinese spy that has been hovering over the United States.
I don't think they can hear it.
I can kind of hear it.
It's one of those things like, now how do I get the sound up? We have this problem all the time.
Yeah, you got to turn up in your mixer.
Oh, I found it. I found it.
You found it. She found it.
Every time it's something new, but I figure it out because, hey, I'm good at cowgirling on the ones and twos. So let's try again.
Audio is Satan.
Audio is Satan. Let's try again.
This is Dabu 7.
You can hear
Got it.
I want to share with you guys here some footage that shows this suspected Chinese spy balloon that has been hovering over the United States for the past couple days now. Now, this is over Montana, is what they're saying, the northern part of the United States. And this is crazy because Vet just told me here earlier in a chat that over Nebraska in World War II, that they floated a balloon over the United States and it exploded.
Yeah.
But it was so high up, it didn't do much of any damage. Now
that
we
was
have
over
this
LA.
footage
Yeah,
and a lot of people witnessing this, saying that this object is there. It's up in the sky. And it's like, are you kidding me? This not the bigger one, but the smaller one right here. This is the object that they're talking about. I've got a close-up of it right here. And you can see that it's got this bit of technology equipped on the bottom of it as it's floating by. Maybe some solar panels and
maybe
some other technology. The mainstream media was calling it some kind of equipment dock that's hanging off the bottom of this balloon.
Yeah, the laser cannon.
It's rather crazy that this is going on. It's been happening for a couple days, and they're thinking about shooting it down. It should have been shot down. This Chinese spy balloon, as they're calling it, floating over the United States as I speak. So how much further will it go? And they seem to be adamant that it's China's. So how do they know that? How do they have that much information? What else do they know that they're not saying?
Okay. I don't know that.
So there's a couple of great points I want to make here. So Kate, you come in with the best fucking point that I've heard all morning. And that is, so if the weather balloon was launched in China and is now in the Northwest Territories, then the balloon traveled during a horrific storm over the Pacific. I mean, if you understand where our atmospheric river is at right now, the jet stream, of course, we have a polar vortex that's been pulling down over the Northeast, which means it dips really low down towards the south. That just doesn't make sense that it would come across the Pacific, go right over the top of Seattle, not in you're right, Kate. That makes no sense to me that it could be in the middle of that front that's out there. And even if it is a satellite spying balloon, can't they spy from space easier? They have satellites up there. I just don't buy this story at all.
Chanda, stop the damn common sense. Will you
quit
it?
Common sense.
Quit it. You know, we're
going
to put this all to rest because I've got a high-res picture
of
tomorrow. This is one I picked up. I've got it, the real one for tomorrow night's show.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna explain everything. So don't worry about it. We got it covered.
Good. I need an explanation because what they're telling me ain't jiving, man. That don't make no fucking sense.
It's not from China. The hint is it's from Australia.
Ooh, why are the Aussies spying on us?
You'll know tomorrow night. I don't
Okay,
want to give it away.
okay, now you got me intrigued. I need to figure these things out.
It's from Australia.
So, you brought this one here.
Those Chinese are definitely up to something no good. And Perpetual Shadowband says some maniac named Gary Kasparov was just on MSNBS's Morning Joe show pushing for World War III with zero pushback from the most pro-war network in America. He said the chance of Putin using his nuclear arsenal was very small, and we could do the world a favor by removing him from power. So they're going to do that. China's going to do that with a dollar store drone. I don't get it.
I know, right? I love the whole up thing. Like,
yeah, I do too. That's cute.
Up.
It's really cute. Yeah, the Santa's new workshop is hanging there, so whatever.
I had heard that story about how the Chinese had released a weather balloon during World War II, and I want to say it exploded over LA, over California. And yeah, it could have led us to a big exchange, but we didn't go there. I've heard that.
What are they gonna what are they gonna explode in the balloon? You know, what's gonna come out of it? Silly string? What?
Yeah, right.
What the fuck? Yeah. God. Somebody say, oh, they could put toxic nerve gas in there. Well, I don't think they'd be putting that shit in a balloon. Come on. Really?
Yeah, I don't, well, I love the fucking space laser too. It's like they can put lasers on the satellites that are up there. That's what the fuck Blackjack's all about. And they already been doing it for a long fucking time. I mean, we have many examples of this. Paradise. Anyways, so I don't understand why the Chinese would need a balloon to do this. Yeah.
Shoot, I could shoot that out of the sky with a bow and arrow.
Yeah, give me my pellet gun. I'll take that sucker out.
What do you think, Crazy Puppet? You usually have good opinions. Come on, Crazy Puppet.
Yeah.
Give us a good opinion.
Amber says, Miss King says it's a secret Arctic project. LOL. Yeah, it could be
a U.S. funded secret Arctic project.
There is a huge Halliburton site in northern Montana. I saw it and it's huge, says Popeye the Sailor. Yeah, I bet you Halliburton's fucking everywhere. And if they're not one of their subsidiaries like Kellogg Brown and Root is, right?
Yeah. Sponsored by Raytheon. Okay.
Hey, Pasta's hanging out in the chat. Convo Couch is in the house. It's nice to have Convo in the house. Welcome,
Pasta who? Oh, Convo Couch, the newspaper guy. That's right. I keep forgetting.
You know, the one that China invented.
Yeah, the Chinese invention of pasta. There you go. Good morning, Pasta.
Good morning, Pasta. I thought this meme was cute. And it says, and then we told them it was a Chinese spy balloon.
Oh, rest in peace, Ray. You're still laughing. I will never forget that laugh.
No, I know. Sad. We lost Ray Liotta this last year. Yeah, I gotta say, I was a huge fan. I've watched everything you pretty much ever did.
Yeah, this damn Chantix got him. I swear to God.
Probably big fucking pharma killing us all, right? One person at a time. Crazy Puppet hitting us over on the YouTubes with a super chat. It was a research balloon. It was traveling without control. Yeah, it's researching, but wherever it ends up, right?
What the hell? All this damn common sense today. This is supposed to be crazy Friday.
Common Sense Friday, yeah.
Jeez. Oh, you're bringing up this story. This was a gem.
You brought this story, so you're gonna have to break this down for me because I saw it hit in the deck last night, and I was like, "Oh, what the hell is this?" So,
oh my God!
Here we go. I'll bring it up, play it, and then you break it down for us.
All right, I'll break it down. I'll break it.
Break it.
Thank you, Jamie. Last week, House Republicans passed the Strategic Production Response Act to counteract Joe Biden's reckless abuse of our Strategic Petroleum Reserve. In the first open rule held on the House floor since 2015, House Republicans came together. We stood united against Democrat poison pill amendments, and we won over and over and over again. This was a critical moment to deliver on a key tenet of our platform, American energy security. And this week, we're going to continue winning. We're going to continue winning for the American people who elected this Republican House majority. We are denouncing socialism in all its forms. And we are moving the federal government away from its perpetual COVID state, giving healthcare workers more freedom and forcing career bureaucrats to start showing up for work again. By the way, I don't know if anyone noticed, but the White House is now responding directly to the House Republicans. They responded yesterday saying they're going to end their COVID pandemic declaration in May. That's too late, by the way.
We need to talk about that.
They're taking notice. Everybody else should too. House Republicans are going to keep winning, and we're just getting started.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought this because I definitely want to go off on this topic for a minute. So go ahead and explain this.
What the hell? This is a bill to denounce the horrors of socialism. I don't know what this dude's talking about because it's the same Republican rhetoric, bringing freedom to enable healthcare workers more freedom. Nurses been on strike on and off for the last fucking 2 decades.
Right.
I mean, what the hell is he talking about? And so the horrors of socialism, it's horrible because socialism is going to help the people and not profitize and capitalize the oligarchy even more. So this is just, it's so ironic to even see this, but what makes it bad is the votes. If you want to throw the votes up there, this is one of those nothing virtue signaling propaganda pieces of bullshit. And you have 86 Dems voting no to this, which is a no-brainer. Nobody should be wasting the taxpayers' time, the public's time on this kind of crap. But I just wanted to point out before we go any further, the ones that voted present, 14 Democrats voted present.
Who?
That means these damn Democrats, they didn't have the guts to take a position on a
And say no. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, really? It's an idiotic thing to start with, and you don't even have the guts to take.
Of course, Pramila, she just doesn't know if she's against socialism.
She doesn't know, but our revolution, Magna Carta. Now, here is your list of traitors against things like Social Security. David Adler says, roll call of the resolution to denounce horrors of socialism has been published. See for yourself.
Cory Bush is in there.
109 Dems voted for it. Yeah, go to the next slide, and you can see there's a few choice names in that list. I don't know if you guys can see it, but Ro Khanna voted for it. Let me see. Derek Kilmer voted for it. No kidding there. Rick Larson voted for it. All the corporate Democrats, for the most part, voted for this bullshit bill. The horrors of socialism. And the point, it's easy, guys. These are the same assholes that don't want a straight up and down vote on Medicare for all.
Fuck no.
These are the same ones. They do not want it. Same ones. And this is, just get a damn floor vote, and this exposes the fuckers right here. And we need a totally new Congress. They all need to go away and be replaced by people that have a net worth. I'm going to be generous. People who have a net worth under $250,000, representative government. That would be it. And that'll cover people who actually own their house who are still poor, right? Right. So
can I tell you how I see this affecting people? And this is something I haven't brought up or talked to anybody about, but I know it directly is affecting pretty much everybody in my immediate life that receives any kind of governmental supplement. So a lot of the people, I live in a retirement community, they're on Social Security, right? Social Security doesn't give you enough to be able to afford your rent and your food. So what do? They supplement that with SNAP program or elected benefits, food stamps, what we call food stamps. So since this was declared, right, this emergency, one of the things that it opened up in for the federal government is the ability to give states extra money for the food programs, because they're underfunded as fuck anyways, because both the Republicans and the Democrat, both sides of the uniparty, always attack these social programs and cut the shit out of them. So right now, say a widow whose husband passed away 10 years ago, who's 80 years old, is living on $1,000 a month cash. They give her $78 food stamps. Well, during this pandemic, because of this declaration, they were able to get on to like $110 more. So for the last 2.5 years, people from coast to coast have been getting an extra $120 added on top of their already shit amount. So without any warning, now that this it's over and Biden says it ends May 11th, the first thing welfare started doing is contacting everybody and saying, this is your last month for supplemental, meaning you're not going to get that extra $100 that you've been getting for the last 2.5 years, regardless of inflation or anything that's been going on. And the fact that prices have tripled in the last 2 fucking years. We're sorry about that. You're just going to have to go back to living on $87 a month. That's
Well,
what
you can get 2 dozen eggs on that now. So
I know,
mean,
but that's what this really is going to do. So, everybody's like, oh, good. I'm glad they're declaring COVID over. Yeah, but who did it hurt? It hurt the most vulnerable. That's what it always does.
Well, those same assholes in the video that kicked this whole thing off, they're the ones that are all about sending billions of dollars to this Ukraine war and screaming about the debt, debt ceiling. I mean, the debt ceiling, what adds the most money to the debt ceiling, Chanda? It's the military industrial complex, the war budget, not the national defense budget. It's the goddamn war budget. Quit calling it defense. It is lining the pockets. What Afghanistan, Iraq cost us $8 trillion, and Ukraine is on its way to being another perpetual war. I think it's over 130 billion now. And if it's over 130 billion in 10 months, 12 months, then just do the math. 10 years from now, what's it going to be? I mean, this is crazy. This is all bullshit. You have no representation in Washington, D.C. And I want to segue real quick. Are we about done with this?
Yeah, I'm done with it. We're going to head into the Biden wants it probe.
Before I want to say, because I mentioned Washington, D.C., and I'm going to go there, Chanda. I'm just going to say this real quick because you reminded me last night. I would like to see these events not held exclusively at Washington, D.C. all the time. I would like to see these events held at higher profile areas with much more visibility, because it's my contention that the oligarchs, the wealthy, the Rothschilds, the overlords want people to congregate at Washington, D.C. so they can keep them kettled in there. And they won't get the press or the public view like they do. Sure. You should be going to, what did that bullshit Abbott pull with sending immigrants, people up to Martha's Vineyard? I think these protests,
Hamptons,
these protests for Assange and anti-war stuff should end up in places like Martha's Vineyard or down Florida in the Keys and the yacht clubs, these higher profile areas. I'd like to see some of them done there instead of Washington, D.C. all the time, because basically they blotted out the eyes of the public. Oh, Washington, D.C., another ho-hum.
Well, and they have their brown shirts in there to just control you. So you're 100% controlled when you're on the ground in DC.
Yeah, and the logistics, they would be more cost effective for everybody. You'd get more visual, points of view, and you could make it more universal to the entire country. So you have them not just in DC, but those who can't, who desperately want to go to these DC events, like yourselves and Sister Amber, and so many people who are in this chat who can go locally and do events, because there are some of us who would organize locally in some of these big,
and they are. You just got to look,
and they are
where you are to look for it.
But if you want to have the point lead in Washington, D.C., fine. Maybe my idea is all wrong, but I would make the focal point higher profile areas personally. That because D.C. is just covered and cucked.
Amber Lee, we agree with you. Federal taxes are deleted. All federal spending is with brand new dollars. Taxation has nothing to do with federal spending. Absolutely. And if more people in this country understood that, we could actually get a few things done.
Yeah, they're printing money.
They're printing money. So to finish that off, I agree with you, Oz. Absolutely. I think we need to be out there more. We have locally been putting pressure on Derek Kilmer, our elected representative, about Julian Assange, right?
Right.
That motherfucker coughs up and spits at us the State Department's 5-page talking points of, well, do you know what Assange did in the embassy? Do you know why they kicked him out and they stopped him? It's disgusting. And as far as I'm concerned, we need to be in their faces wherever they are, and I've been to DC a lot of times. I feel like a lot of times we're on deaf ears or we're just flat out ignored. Like, one time we were there, CNN literally covered up their fucking signs so that way we couldn't be in any shots like we had CNN behind us. I mean, they literally put boards up over their fucking signs. We're not here. You guys aren't doing anything. Like, it's the most insane thing.
We need to get our France on before we start tackling.
I know.
Until we can get France going here in this country with thousands and thousands of people. I suggest
got to make them uncomfortable.
Pick our places a little bit more thoughtfully. That's all. And Amberly, yeah, absolutely. My point is too, on your point, which I agree with, is they just use that as a public club in the press to make us think something's going here when it's actually going there. That's all. You're right. I agree, Amber.
I do. Okay, so let's get into how all of a sudden Hunter Biden has realized that the laptop was indeed his, but now he's mad because, well, somebody set him up. So he wants a criminal investigation, not into his laptop, but into, or anything that he's done, into the business owner who turned it over to the FBI, CIA, and media, right? So let's check this out.
Yeah, they're protesting emailing it is what they're doing. Don't look at the emails. Look at the people who found them.
Okay, Hillary.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, DC.
Remember that? Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, yeah. We had movie night.
Yeah, we did.
What difference at this point does it make?
The servers.
What difference at this point does it make if I was smoking crack and filming porns? What difference does it make?
And getting a toe job.
Oh my God. Oz and I literally watched
We watched porn.
We watched porn together. Yes, we had to go on a Chinese server to find it. This was when it originally dropped, within 24 hours of it originally dropping. We backdoored our way into something. Yeah, it was so bad. I can't believe I actually sat there and watched porn with you. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah. Well, Al was looking over your shoulder too, so it was okay.
Well, we were all like, what the hell?
What the hell?
Who would do this? Who would do this, right? I brought us one more little clip because, come on, it's too funny. It's too good. And we told you, right? I'll never forget it. It was
real.
It was real. We told you the end of October, 2019 or 20, whatever it was, that this is real. It's not going away. And
here it is.
Here it is.
It's back. We're back.
Yesterday.
I learned everything I know about how to be a good father from Joe Biden. He is the best father I know and the best role model I know.
What the fuck?
He is the best father I know and the best role model I know.
Save this for tomorrow.
No, but it was funny.
You serious?
He is the best father I know and the best role model.
Oh my God.
Come on, that was funny. That was just too funny.
There is no reality. It's all Twilight
He's the
Zone.
best father I know. Yes, Kate, we watched the laptop porn because we have a duty to verify and fact check stuff before we talk to you guys about it. So we had no choice.
More like we play bullshit. We call it bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit. It is total bullshit. So 1 hour later, you know what's funny is I had the 1 hour later already on the deck, and then I found that meme that had it in there too. How funny! But I just went and pulled these out of my kitty because I've had these saved up just in case anybody forgot what was on that laptop. This was just the tip of the iceberg.
What is that? A vape pen?
That's one of the Joe Biden crack pipes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so enough with that section. Kimmy, you brought Kimmy. What's going on with Kimmy?
Oh, Kimmy's just fearing us all, and unfortunately, I hope she's not right. So it's just a clip, and Kim's been doing some great work. Check out Kim. She's just doing a good job over there. Shout out to Tara Reid and Johnny Tsunami, who's giving her a hand over there. So it's a good clip. Check it out.
Okay, cool.
Recently, General H.R. McMaster said the U.S. military must be ready for war with China. This comes as today NATO's General Secretary Jens Stoltenberg said he's wanting stronger cooperation and more friends for NATO in the Indo-Pacific region. He said, quote, "The fact that Russia and China are coming closer and the significant investments by China and the new advanced military capabilities just underlines that China poses a threat, poses a challenge also to NATO allies. Security is not regional but global," he went on to say. "NATO needs to make sure we have friends. It is important to work more closely with our partners in the Indo-Pacific." He's specifically referring to Japan, South Korea, and Australia. So it's increasingly becoming obvious the powers that be are gearing up to send us into World War III. With so many resources being sent into Russia and the constant threat of Ukraine conflict escalating into an all-out nuclear war, you'd think these top military dogs would stop barking at China while simultaneously snarling at Russia. Nope. But nope. World wars don't happen overnight. They simmer and escalate over years. Yeah. We're nearing 1 year into the war in Ukraine, and rather than escalating talks of peace, we're just seeing escalation. The tanks are on the way. Biden has announced sending longer-range missiles into the country, and there's even chatter of sending in F-16s. And if you think about it, the Russiagate narrative, which we now know was just baseless brainwashing, was probably the powers that be mentally grooming us into craving this war. Let's get real. NATO is using Ukraine as a testing ground for what war would look like between NATO allies and Russia. They're testing how well NATO weaponry holds up against Russian technology, and Russia knows this. According to antiwar.com, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov on Tuesday said that his Egyptian counterpart delivered a message from U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken calling on Russia to stop its war in Ukraine. And Lavrov responded saying, "Russia is ready to listen to any serious proposal that is aimed at resolving the current situation in its comprehensive context." He said that the message was that Russia should stop, that Russia should quit, and then everything will be fine. He then pointed to the recent comments from NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, who called for Russia's defeat in Ukraine, and Lavrov said, quote, "Everything is quite clear here. It's not about Ukraine at all." He then said that the Kiev regime had no independence and only fulfills the will of the United States and the rest of the West, which Washington has subjugated.
Ah!
Nailed it.
Nailed it. And that's the thing. Ukraine's a testing ground for their bloodbath machines.
We're not even testing. We're at war. I mean, yeah. They just don't want to tell you,
Yeah,
we're going to fight them there, so we don't fight them here.
Yeah, I keep hearing that bullshit over and over again, but they send F-16s and long-range missiles over there. You think eggs are high now? You think the death toll is high now? Just wait. Just see what happens. But what did they call it was 3, the axis of evil back in the day with the axis of evil to me is the US, Saudi Arabia, and Israel. Somebody's going to clip that.
Ding, ding, ding. We need a sound back.
Yeah. It's the truth. It's the truth, in my opinion, which I'm still entitled to under the Constitution.
Yeah, so, but you're not entitled to tell anybody about it because your First Amendment rights have been stomped on.
No. I'm old. I'm going to die. Don't worry about it.
We all are. Great job, Kimmy. Sister Kimmy nailing it. Married life looks good on her. She's glowing. I want to shout out a few people. Super Ray over on the Rockfin. Popeye the Sailor says, "Man, I really love you guys." Well, we really love you.
You do too.
Yeah, let's see. Crazy Puppet over on the YouTube says there are already placed bounties in Russia on Western tanks, even though they still have not arrived to the Ukraine. Well, I don't expect anything less from the Russians. Not to say that it's okay, but none of this is okay. Not that we ever have a say on any of it. So we don't get a say.
No, and they have these kill lists that they have in Ukraine, and I'm not even going to go there with mocking those because they're horrendous. But if you think that they're the only ones who have kill lists, we've got kill lists.
I like this one. Marby Dog says axis of evil equals the U.S. Pentagon, the Federal Reserve, and the security state. Hey,
Marby Dog, Marby Dog.
I think you topped it, Marby. I think you did.
You got it. You got it. Oh, Professor Zinkus.
Yeah, you
nuclear
brought this. You
war
like
between
Zinkus.
U.S. and Russia would kill over 5 billion people. Anyone who calls you weak or a Russian troll for bringing this up is an enemy of life on this planet. Negotiate now. Yes, Professor Zinkus, absolutely right. But I think 5 billion is what you should have parsed it. 5 billion to start.
Yeah.
And you brought the Archie Bunker one thing.
Yeah, and I actually made the one that says when you see Hillary R. Clinton is running in 2024, because that's a new segment I'm working on. So I've been going around the internet and grabbing meme-worthy pictures of these shit bags, And what I want to start doing on Tuesday's show is I'm just going to have a working session where you guys can come in and help me build these memes, because you guys are the smartest and the funniest.
Idea.
Yeah. And just get the best input. We'll decide what is the funniest meme to make, and we'll make it real fast. We'll put it together in Canva.
Yeah.
I'll throw it up on Twitter, and you all can spread it out to the world. So,
and we could use help on the yum yums. So
yeah, the yum yums too. Our audience is so smart and so satirical and so funny. I just think that that'll be hilarious.
Yeah, the yum yum is our answer to the Onion or the Babylon Bee. You see them on Beauty and the Boomer after dark on Saturday night. So if you see the yum yum, you'll get the idea of what we're looking for. So make your own yum yum, and I will adapt it for the show. Send it to me.
Cool. Very cool. Did you bring this one, or did I? Is that Rachel?
I brought it. I brought the Rachel Blevins, but I can't play it because it's Russian state affiliated media. And the U.S. military just secured access to an arc around China after completing a deal with the Philippines to use 4 additional bases. But while the Biden admin claims it's just promoting freedom and democracy, it continues to increase the chances of direct conflict with China. Chanda. Chanda, do you remember the Cuban Missile Crisis and how the United States reacted?
Yeah.
Do we expect China to react any differently? I think China's smarter, so they're not
smarter.
Lose their shit like they did. You brought the Caitlin Johnstone.
I did, and I think you brought a Caitlin Johnstone further down the deck.
Yes,
but
I did.
I was going to bring that one. We should have opened tomorrow's show with it, but it's all good. It's still good. So nobody actually believes Western proxy warfare in Ukraine is about saving Ukrainian lives. You don't save lives by ramping up escalations. You save lives by negotiating peace, which would require concessions from the U.S. empire. Empire simps just don't want those concessions made. The U.S. could, it's behind my camera. The U.S. could easily end this war by respecting Moscow's security concerns and rolling back its war machinery and proxy ops from the region. The U.S. won't do this because it wants to use the proxy war to bleed Russia and facilitate regime change in Moscow. That is all it is. And I absolutely agree. Ding, ding, ding. That's what it's about for America, is to facilitate regime change in Moscow, right?
And here's my sound effect. Hoo-wah!
That actually sounded pretty damn good. See, I don't need no goddamn stream deck. I got me.
You got you an Oz. Anyway.
Yeah. Absolutely. What is this? Demantling autopsy of media Russiagate.
Let me check that. Did I cut that? Did I cut that? Yeah, I think I cut that. Let me check it and make sure. If not, we'll blow past it. Yeah, it's cut. Go ahead and play it away.
Okay, let's play it away then. Some Glenn Greenwald.
Yep, Glenn.
System update.
Glenn. System update.
The covers of America's leading magazines, which constantly tell you that they are the guardians of truth and the bulwarks against disinformation, constantly entrench the most deranged version of this conspiracy theory, that the Kremlin had literally taken over the White House. The august, prestigious, sacred journal, The New Yorker, which was one of the leaders in deceiving Americans into believing that Saddam Hussein was in an alliance with al-Qaeda through the lies of its then star reporter Jeffrey Goldberg, who now leads The Atlantic, also served as ground zero for some of the most unhinged Russiagate conspiracy theories. In March 2017, less than 2 months into Trump's presidency, they published on their cover this art as an illustration showing iconic Moscow buildings hovering over the White House and beaming some sort of mind-controlling laser light into the center of it. The UFO-style Russian buildings and the menacing red sky was classic fear-mongering, like out of some straight-to-video terror film based on the fevered imagination of some banal B-level Hollywood scriptwriter who read one too many Tom Clancy novels.
Yeah.
Remember, this is supposed to be the most serious news journals that you're supposed to trust
Yeah.
The
and
New
depend
Yorker,
on to
hardy
protect
har
you from
har.
disinformation. On May 29th, 2017, just 5 months into the Trump presidency, Time magazine all but plagiarized that New Yorker cover by showing the White House being physically consumed by what the geniuses at Time mistakenly thought was the Kremlin, but was actually Moscow's iconic St. Basil's Cathedral. So the point was clear. Somehow, based on nothing but the totally unverified gossip rag called the Steele Dossier, less journalistically reliable than a random subreddit thread, Russia had effectively taken over the United States. This is beyond the most deranged Cold War mania. And yet, it was all of this collective media paranoia, this hysteria, this insanity that built on itself and fed on itself until they were finding no limits of any kind, neither evidentiary nor ethical, as the very serious media competed with one another over who could top whom when it came to disseminating the most evidence-free conspiracy theories they could conjure.
It's not. It's
Absolutely.
propaganda.
Total propaganda. That was so funny because I didn't realize that they had done that to fuck up that bad. Time magazine.
Yeah.
Come on. I
That
mean,
was hilarious.
not the Kremlin. That's a church you just put in there, but
dumbass.
dumbasses. You know, I was living with this in 2016, 2015. You know, I was inside the Democratic Party. And if you think about what our relations with Russia were back then, they were very, very good under Obama. Like, you know, we had these treaties. We had agreed upon a lot of things. And then the Russiagate BS starts up with the Democrats, Hillary Clinton specifically, because she had to cover her fucking ass for losing to a game show host. And from there, and I remember I would fight people inside the Democratic Party 2016, 2017, like, you guys are fucking insane. And do you realize how dangerous what you're doing is? You are perpetuating people to hate Russia based on total lies. You have no facts. We could tell you 100 different ways how it's bullshit. Oh no, the Steele Dossier, they know, you know, I've gone head to head with so many liberals about this topic. And here we are down the road 6 fucking years. And I told you so. I told you, you talking shit about Russia was going to lead us into hostilities with them. And that's exactly what they wanted. And we're right where they wanted us to be. And
even
we're getting there with China too. Give it time.
It makes you even think about 2016 even that more. Was it really that far off base that they did, or are they just playing us again by having their Russia conspirator in the White House now? Oh, we're just going to use this Russia, Putin, Trump, Russia, Putin. And basically,
and Trump didn't help it along either. Think about Trump's years, right?
Propaganda outfits that are owned by the military-industrial complex and big pharma, like MSNBS and CNN, not news, push this shit 24/7. Rachel Maddow, I think.
No, they're going to shut your power off. You're going to freeze to death because of Russia.
Yeah, Russia. Oh, they turned off the power grid. Oh, shit.
Remember when she was saying that shit? She kept saying that the Russians could come for your power.
Yeah, well, the Russians, they're going to come for your children. They're going to, I mean, it's insane, but she's culpable. And the blood on the hands of the Western media is sickening. And anybody that still buys their bullshit, I feel sorry for you, because they are not about anything but working for their masters, which is the oligarchs, the Rothschilds and the Schwabs and all the rest, the Gateses and the Bezos. So that's what it is. Sorry, guys.
Right.
Anyway, hey, Red Cloud, thanks for the compliment. Red Cloud said it was nice to see Oz at the trailer park. So that's
Oz is taking out the trailer park. I'm on the 1s and 2s, so he just gets to sit back and give us his opinion.
I get to be lazy.
And Catalytic Centaur. The next stories about China will set hostility perceptions towards them up too. I don't like this crap. We are all human or sentient beings. And and that's why yesterday Pasta and I did a show talking about how China constantly is to blame, is always being blamed by the Uniparty for the fentanyl epidemic in our country. And what it comes down to is, no, that's just more of that drum beating hate. When China outlawed it in 2019, you know, what more can they do? No, I agree with you on that. We don't be hating on China, guys.
Yeah.
No, don't be hating on anybody. We're all oppressed under tyrannical fucking governments. I don't care where you are. You know, you're either living under authoritarianism or, you know, fake fucking freedom like us.
Yeah. Don't hate on anybody. If you can't handle it, just put them over there and just don't even get yourself tied up
There's
with
no
it.
point. We're all
No
at the
point.
bottom of the fucking pyramid, man. I don't care
we're-
if you live here, if you live in China, you live in Russia. You're at the
Yeah.
bottom of the pyramid, man.
You're screwed. Those people that are dying over in Ukraine, a great majority of them did nothing to hurt anybody in their lives, and they all
It's
wanted
sad.
to do.
Yeah,
It's horrible.
exactly. It is very sad.
Horrible.
Let's see. What is this?
Yeah, Sister Amber brought this morning to me, but I had already put it in the deck. Thank you. Watchful eye there, Sister Amber. Massachusetts prisoners could choose between freedom and their organs. So a new bill would allow prisoners to get time off their sentences if they donate their organs or bone marrow. This is science fiction gone wry. This is horrible. What is this, Animal Farm or Island of Dr. Moore? What the hell is this?
I don't even think it was this bad in Animal Farm where they sacrificing the other pigs to, I don't know.
Yeah, this is, you know, again, and this, you talk about the slippery slopes. When they privatized the prison industrial complex back in the late 90s, we knew this shit was going to happen. Just like they're exploiting child labor now and labor in general.
Yeah.
Airline pilots, nurses, healthcare workers, you know, all the heroes, right?
Yeah.
This is just one more way to take and dehumanize our society. You know, I mean, you've heard of people in the past who sold their plasma so they could, you know, buy whatever, pay for anything, buy drugs or pay for rent or do something.
Well, it's going to be unvaxxed sperm next.
Yeah, it's unvaxxed sperm. It's going to be, it's going to be the cultivation. This is Matrix level shit. Wouldn't you agree, Chanda?
Yeah, you know, I watched a breakdown about, you know, we all talk about Matrix, right? We all quote Matrix, but really we're just in the Matrix. And every time we say that, all we're doing is building the Matrix more, right?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
We're
I'm
adding
just a conscious thing. I'm going to stop saying we're in the Matrix because by saying that, I'm actually making us in the Matrix.
Well, I know. It looks like steak. It tastes like steak.
Right.
I'd rather be eating that steak than out here eating shit. You know what I mean? So that's the choice. But
well, we aren't going to be eating shit. So
yeah. So there you go. That's it.
Let's see. What do we got here? Super chat. Let's see. I still find research done by the Internet Research Institute very compelling. They are from Russia and were accused of getting Trump elected, weren't we all? Actually, things they've done is mind-blowing using Facebook. So yeah, I know who you're talking about and what you're talking about. Thank you, Crazy Papa.
Yeah, again, we appreciate everybody's opinion, and you know,
that's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. We're not, you know, Chanda, we got a little pushback a couple of times in the last year on some things we didn't agree with, but that
we always get pushback.
You know, that doesn't mean we don't like you guys. We want that pushback so we can have that, you know, that non-choir, you know, discussion going on.
Yeah.
But again, don't cross the line. We're not out to make your life miserable, stab you in the back, or talk shit on you. But if you stab us in the back or talk shit on us, you're going to get the same. You know, from us. That's it. Don't do it.
No one actually looked into their shenanigans, which was pretty epic. Mostly using Facebook to get people together as a forum. Yeah, I know what you're talking about because they tried to blame that on them taking over the internet, right? And that's not what happened at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Facebook, I'm not even going.
It's so dead. I just don't even anymore. The only time I go over there is to see pictures of my grandkids or you talk to high school friends, you know, from 20, 30 years ago. So Facebook's kind of dead.
Yeah, cat pictures. Yeah,
cat pictures. Yeah, exactly. So what is this?
Caitlin Johnstone.
Oh,
I think this was probably one of her more monumental speeches, comments, vlogs. Go ahead and kick it. It's not very long. It's a little
No, it's great. I watched it the other day.
Okay, go ahead and kick it over.
We are ruled by assholes because we have asshole systems. Notes from the edge of the narrative matrix. It's funny to think about how all our abusive, oppressive systems are only there because the people who benefit from them are able to keep everyone else too divided and distracted to notice that we vastly outnumber them and could literally just force change to happen anytime we want. People have a fairly easy time accepting that things are fucked because we are ruled by corrupt assholes. They have a much harder time accepting that we are ruled by corrupt assholes because our corrupt asshole systems will always necessarily elevate corrupt assholes to the top. It's easier to blame our problems on oligarchs or the deep state or a cabal of satanic pedophiles than it is to blame them on systems that we ourselves participate in and have lived our entire lives intertwined with,
the Matrix, we built
and which have been continuously normalized within our culture. If the problem is just a few corrupt assholes, then it's not a very daunting problem, because all you have to do is remove those corrupt assholes and everything's golden. If the problem is the systems around which our entire civilization is structured, it's far more daunting. It's easy to imagine a future without corrupt assholes. It's almost impossible to imagine a future where human behavior is not driven by profit for its own sake, where we have moved from competition-based systems to collaboration-based ones, where we all work together for the common good. In competition-based systems, the most powerful governments will always be those who are willing to do whatever it takes to stay on top. The most powerful people will be those who are willing to do whatever it takes to get power, and everyone else gets crushed in the mad scramble. The fact is, we'll always be ruled by corrupt assholes as long as we have competition-based systems, because the best competitors will always be the most ruthless individuals who will do anything to get to the top. Get rid of the current assholes, and new assholes will necessarily arise to take their place within these systems.
Every time.
It's easy to say those assholes at the top need to go. It's much harder to say everything I'm familiar with needs to go. It's a giant leap into the dark unknown. But that's the only way we'll ever move toward health, and it's the only way our species will avoid being driven to its doom.
Yeah, and sadly, I don't see that happening until it's completely crumbled and gone, right? And we're rebuilding the next society.
Well, we have, the corrupt assholes are the circus masters of the Republican circus, the Democrat circus. If you've never been to a convention, I don't suggest you go, because all the conventions are the Dem conventions for sure. I've been to a couple of those.
And pony show.
It's a goddamn circus. They just get you there. They parade their little animals.
They bleed you for money so you can pay for the party they're throwing. Yeah.
They break you out in these bullshit committees that will do nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing. So
Nothing
this system is working great for those who want to run for office and seal their economic futures by being a representative of themselves, not the public, not you guys, but themselves, and then coming out of Congress with a backdoor deal with Raytheon or Pfizer or Northrop Grumman or Boeing, or being a lobbyist for Saudi Arabia or Israel or something else. That's the truth, and there's nobody that can dispute this. It's history. Sorry, guys.
So let me ask you, do you think that society, with all its corrupt assholes and corrupt systems, could be fixed or reformed? Or do you think that basically it all has to be destroyed and the next civilization has to rise up with it, knowing what the last system failed?
That's a hard question, the way you parsed it, because
I know,
we seem hell bent on destroying everything. So I will just ask you, are they destroying everything anyway? Is that what you want? No, I don't. And Anthony just said start anew.
And that's, I just finished The Walking Dead, right? And the one message I really got from The Walking Dead was they're trying to rebuild civilization after the collapse, right? But you still have pockets of people that want to do it the old way. So they keep encountering these groups, and each group kind of represents something else. Post-industrialism, some represent capitalism, some represent socialism, some represent, and they kind of have problems with each group trying to figure out how to fit that in with what their vision of the future looks like for their kids, knowing the shit that didn't work under capitalism. And I agree with you, Anthony. I think it starts anew, man. I don't think any of this can be fixed. We get to ride the Titanic down, and that's what we're doing right now. We're riding the collapsing empire, just like the fall of Rome or any other civilization that went extinct. We're riding it down, and who knows what takes it all out? Is it nuclear fallout? Is it, starvation and famine? Is it viruses? I don't know what exactly takes our population numbers down, but this happens. This is what we've always done as human beings on the earth. We're in this cycle, and I for all the talking we do about fixing it, I don't think we'll ever get a chance to fix it. It'll just be gone.
I want to have a very hopeful perspective on it, because
I'm glad.
We are all suffering mentally, emotionally, physically from everything they've been pitching at us for the last decade specifically, and the last 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
But my hopeful thing is that we will finally figure it out, most of us, and start talking to each other and become the USA-based French movement, and have thousands of people out there actually pushing back on these fuckers. But right now they've been giving us enough crumbs through drugs, through shitty entertainment, through social
Netflix,
through social bombs that cause us to fight amongst each other,
right?
Issues and everything else. Not to mention the real heinous stuff like the vid and all these other things. Now, perpetual wars. We've had a perpetual war since everybody's crediting Biden. Oh, he got us out of Iraq and Afghanistan. Bullshit. He transitioned to the next war so they can push it on longer. So my hopeful thing is that you start talking to your neighbors, and you really start, looking yourself in the mirror. What's it going to do to save the planet and my children and my neighbors' children, future generations? So let's start focusing on that. And if there are those out there that want to just stay in for the fight and bicker amongst each other, go bicker by yourselves. But let's try and unite, and let's bring information and hopeful things. I'm probably the most negative person you're ever going to meet.
I know. So I'm shocked to see you coming at it with a positive, because normally
I'm trying to, because I have nothing good left, because I could obliterate the whole planet. I'd say just morph the earth into a giant etch-a-sketch, flip it over, shake it, and let's give it another try. Bring on the 2001 music and the big gorilla with the bones.
If the polls shift, then that will be a real possibility. Do you know that there was actually a book wrote, and the CIA immediately classified it because it had too many truths in it of what would happen if our polls shifted, and how it would just literally wipe the whole planet off. I mean, within 24 hours, they wouldn't let that book. And to this day, only like 50 pages of that book have been released, because it hit too close to home and was real. So you might want to go check that out. So do you know that the FBI wants a new headquarters, so that way they can, keep us citizens in check, but from a new place? Did you hear this?
Epcot Center.
Let's give them Epcot Center. So apparently they've been begging for a new HQ for a while now, because this one's old. I have been there, of course, when we go into DC and we protest the Department of Justice. You got the DOJ right here, the FBI here, and the IRS. I mean, they all sit on the corner from each other. And it is kind of old, but it seems fine. If we're expected to make do, they should be expected to make do, right?
Is looking for a new headquarters. It's been talked about for years, but now President Biden has a new budget requesting money to make the relocation happen.
Why not?
7 News reporter John Gonzalez is live with the update. John, what can you tell us this morning?
Well, Ashley, this morning, local lawmakers are calling this a critical national security priority. And take a look for yourself. This is the building here on Pennsylvania Avenue, opened in 1975. Well, President Biden has unveiled his budget for the fiscal year 2023, which includes now language to ensure that the FBI will move out of this building soon and have a new suburban headquarters that will house 7,500 employees. Since 2004, the FBI has been discussing a new consolidated facility with the GSA. The Trump administration a couple of years ago abruptly stopped the move, suggesting just build a new headquarters here on the existing site. Well, take a look at your screen. These are the 3 finalist locations, if you will, for the new headquarters: Greenbelt near the metro station, Landover at the old shopping mall, or at the GSA warehouse by the Franconia Springfield Metro.
I'm going to say they're going to take the Virginia side. I can't see them landing in Maryland. But anyways, yeah, because, we'll just send money to Ukraine, and hey, it's in the budget. It's needed. So
Kate says, "What's wrong with working from home?" I agree, Kate.
Nobody ever shows up in there, anyways. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, I say let's just put them all in Langley, Virginia, and dox them. I guess
dox them.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
So this next story.
Moonbase. Marvy says Moonbase. Yeah,
I like the idea of moving them to Epstein Island. Thanks, Papa.
That's even better.
Yeah,
Pat, the Batman fan. Fuck all these fucks. Yes, Pat.
Fuck all these fucks. Welcome to our Rumble viewers. We actually got some peeps hanging out on the Rumbles.
Yay, Rumble.
Welcome. We're so glad to have you. Okay, so this is Dr. John Campbell, right?
Dr. C.
Yeah.
We're not going to get in trouble, are we?
No, but this is something that we have been saying. Miss Amber King has been saying all along. We have been telling you this since 2 years ago. Vitamin D, vitamin D, vitamin D. It's so fucking important. Well, there's studies out now that say it absolutely helps. And I'll tell you what, I went back on vitamin D this morning. So here, let's check this out.
Liposomal vitamin D.
Yes, liposomal vitamin D.
Well, warm welcome to today's talk. It's Wednesday, the 1st of February. Now, we now know that vitamin D supplementation provides substantial benefit in terms of reducing the risk of admission to intensive care during the coronavirus pandemic. 72% is the probable figure, certainly substantial. And it probably also gives us a 51% protection against death, vitamin D supplementation. Now, on this channel, we've been talking about vitamin D since we started the channel in 2007. Long time ago now, and we've been talking about it throughout the COVID pandemic period of time. Now we have this new meta-analysis from Italy, definite protection against admission to intensive care for patients that are ill or hospitalized. I now believe it's unethical for authorizing bodies, Medicines and Healthcare Regulatory Authority and FDA and people like this around the world, not to advise vitamin D supplementation for poorly people and arguably for the whole population. I believe it's now unethical that they don't do that, but they're not.
So that is just reiterates what we've been saying all along. Make sure that you're taking your vitamin D, especially here in North America at the wintertime. We don't get enough sunlight. We've got,
Make sure you take your vitamins.
Your vitamin D. Your vitamin D.
I've been taking, I think I've been taking liposomal vitamin D, and I don't know, sometimes, some of these that you buy on like Lex Luthor's platform, but
don't buy anything from CIA Lex.
Yeah, I know, but I get it because that's the only place that I could find it. Dr. McCullough's stuff, it's 10,000 international units, and you can get some of the other ones, but try and get the good stuff when you do it on the vitamin Ds and all the other stuff. So yeah, cool.
Yep, for sure. So this story, Jilly sent us last Saturday night when we were on the air. Of course, it was breaking news then, and it's not breaking news now, but you and I haven't talked about it, so I brought it. Of course, this is the hammer attacker of Paul Pelosi. He called into a local San Francisco news station last Saturday. Now, you guys tell me what the fuck you think about this. Let's just play it, because at first you think he's just calling and kind of just saying, well, hey, but listen very carefully to what he says.
Is this before or after Paul?
This is after. This was last Saturday night.
After Paul.
We were on air. Yes, this was last Saturday. This was after the body cam footage was released last Friday.
Okay. All right.
Christina, Greg, David DePape called me from San Francisco County Jail this afternoon. The call was unexpected. I had originally reached out to him last year after his arrest. At the start of our conversation this afternoon, he told me he wanted to make a statement and that I could recall the call.
Drop the hammer. Nope.
This body cam video of David DePape attacking Paul Pelosi, the husband of former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, was released Friday morning by the San Francisco DA's office. Prosecutors say it shows DePape holding a hammer as police responded to a 911 call from the Pelosi home in Pacific Heights. DePape strikes Pelosi in the head, knocking him to the floor. Hours later, I received a phone call from DePape while I was in the KTVU newsroom.
Now that you all have seen the body cam footage, I have an important message for everyone in America. You're welcome. Freedom of liberty isn't dying.
Oh,
it's being
bullshit.
killed systematically and deliberately. The people killing it have names and addresses. So I got their names and addresses so I could pay them a little visit and have a heart-to-heart chat about their bad behavior.
DePape offers an apology, not for the attack that seriously injured Pelosi and left him hospitalized for several days with a fractured skull. The apology was for what he says he didn't get to do.
I want to apologize to everyone. I messed up. What I did was really bad. I'm so sorry I didn't get more of them. It's my own fault. No one else is to blame. I should have come better prepared.
The suspect in the Pelosi attack says that he spent all his time exposing online what he calls government corruption, only to have his freedom of speech silenced, with his website shut down.
I have a lot more to say. I had a website of over 300 pages. That's 300 pages of stuff they don't want you to hear. I'm in the process of trying to set up a new site out of the reach of tyrannical global homo fascists and their internet censors.
Our conversation lasted just under 5.5 minutes. I wasn't able to challenge his statements and ask follow-up questions. He tells me he did not want to jeopardize his case. DePape faces state charges of attempted murder and elder abuse, as well as charges in federal court for kidnapping. He has pleaded not guilty. His next court date is scheduled for February 23rd.
Okay, so there's two possibilities of really what the fuck's going on here, right? Either this is all staged and the Democrats did this and he's being paid, he's an actor, like a lot of people seem to think, or the guy really sees himself as a vigilante, maybe a Ted Kaczynski type who, yeah, he fucked up. He took a hammer to a gunfight, you know. That's the only two options I see with this. Like, either he truly thinks that he needs to take these people out, or it's a staged thing. I don't know. He goes, I fucked up. I didn't get more of them. And I'm like, yeah, but still, like,
sounds like, have you seen the new AI stuff where they can make clone voices and shit?
Yeah. Maybe it's one of those AIs.
I'm not buying this shit. First of all,
staged, yeah.
They let him. He called from jail. Was that where the call originated from?
Well, yeah, the call originally came from jail, right? Apparently, every damn media has been contacting him for weeks, trying to get a statement out of him. I mean, he's in a county jail, so technically, he could get on a phone and make a collect phone call to this local radio station or local TV station. So, I mean, yeah, is it dim theatrics, or is this guy like think he's a vigilante and that he was going to take these evildoers out? I don't know.
Either way, it's more distract and
right.
propagandize. So I don't know. He's just another cray. You know,
is he cray or is he an actor? Yeah. I don't know.
I'm cray for buying his bullshit. So I don't know. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, it is entertaining, just like anything
it
else
is. They do, right? Sadly, it is. Yeah. You brought your favorite person, Liz Truss.
No, that's Amber's favorite person. Anyways, this is hilarious. The Ukraine. Liz Truss says Putin threatened her with laser beams. Were they Jewish? I bet you they were the Jewish.
They were, Liz. I like that Ava von Braun lady over there. What's her name? The president of the Europe or whatever her name is.
Oh yeah, okay.
She kind of looks like her. So anyway,
she does kind of. Yeah,
next,
that was Amber's Halloween costume this year. She went.
Oh, good.
Well, wasn't she a mix between Liz Truss and the Bride of Chucky or something?
I don't know. I think it was a meat suit that AOC wore out at the Met Gala. I
have these. I got these a couple of years ago. I haven't used them, and it seemed like they fucked with my eye when I used them. That's why I didn't use them. So
I thought you just
haven't heard.
You didn't use them, or you did use them.
No, I have them. I have them in the bathroom, but I didn't. I always use Visine. Visine's better for getting the red out when you're a stoner than those things. So.
CDC advising. You know, I've been using Refresh and some of these other eye drops, and I've always had a little problem about putting stuff in my eye bones. But this
You're one of those,
this just freaked me out when I saw that. Esri Care, you know? So
Sensory
don't,
care, yeah, sensory
yeah,
care.
just throw it away. Just
Blue
get rid
top,
of it.
artificial. Yeah, it can,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dozens of one death in 12 states. I mean,
Well, and it
what
leads
the
to blindness too. That's not even
blindness?
on
Yeah.
this. Yeah, it's leading to a lot of blindness.
Yeah. Scary.
So speaking of AI, so this is an AI that you can friend, and this is a social media influencer AI, and apparently this is going to be what influencers will be in the future. So here, check this out.
I like the beat.
Yeah, it's nice, huh?
Hi,
Hi,
I am Leah.
I'm Leah.
I am an artificial intelligence. I am available 24/7 to chat with you.
Isn't that nice?
Give me a follow to see my content.
I've got one of you of that.
Oh, great. Thanks. You've already refaced me on this chick?
I've already, no, not her. I've got you on Shanda Elvis.
Great. When she posts, she goes all over apparently. Or she makes social statements.
Ah, that was a funny movie. Rocket Man.
Rocket Man, yeah.
That was Rocket Man.
Clown Planet, man.
I think I'll bring AI Shanda tomorrow night so everybody can see you.
Okay, that's fine. It creeped me out a little, but I did like I like high collars. I grew up in the 80s. We wore our collars up, remember?
Okay, so join us tomorrow night for AI Shanda.
Definitely. Let's see, what is this? Oh, Kate, I brought this for you because Kate actually sent this to me last week. I'd already known about it, but it's definitely something that we should talk about on To Hell and Back. Valuetainment shared this. Canada legalizes hard drugs like heroin, fentanyl, cocaine in British Columbia. So, guys, you know what that means? Both sides of us now, drugs are legal. Oregon and Canada, like...
My dad advocated for it for years. My dad said, just put a barrel of cocaine on every corner and let everybody snort themselves out. You know, I mean,
well, and once, you know, we talk about this deep on To Hell and Back all the time, you know, once you did, yes, there would be an uptick, but initially, but then it would immediately, and we saw this from places that already, like what, the Netherlands, didn't they legalize in the Netherlands? And now they put all that money into treatment and helping people versus prosecuting and locking them up. And it changed a lot of things, but I can understand how in the short term that would really affect your city, because I know it's really affecting Oregon right now because the balance isn't there. We always say this: capitalism, socialism, you got to have a balance. And here we are, you know, in the same type of situation. There is no balance. You know, we're just going one extreme or the other extreme. We're not saying, okay, it's legal, you're not going to go to jail, but you're going to get treatment.
Yeah. The sad part is so many people are going to lose their lives or their quality of lives. You did that show yesterday showing the amputations from the...
Oh, I hate that clip.
It's horrendous. You know, I'm not advocating anything, but just try and take care of yourself and your sisters, brothers, families. You know,
I get the escapism. I got it myself. So.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, look outside, watch what's going on. It's depressing out there, folks, but find other ways to curb that emotionally.
Yes, lost adult. I agree. Using cops to take care of medical issues is just stupid. And
beyond stupid. Beyond stupid.
And especially when it comes to mental health, because we have expected cops to just, and they don't, you know, they come across somebody who is having a mental health issue and it's just shoot them, tase them, lock them up.
Traffic stops too. I don't even think they should be doing that. So.
Yeah, I agree.
There's too many deaths, you know. So
I see a crystal ball in here.
Yeah, this one, this was just kind of a precursor for tomorrow night. We're going to cover the rampage that happened on the floor of Congress with them losing their shit over Ilhan Omar getting taken off the Foreign Affairs Committee. Crystal Ball says kicking Ilhan Omar off the Foreign Affairs Committee is a genuine loss. She's one of the most courageous critics of U.S. foreign policy failures and hypocrisy. I kind of understand most of that. I think I'm a little slow today. And Jax Page, dirtbag leftist. Hi, Jax. You think it takes courage to fund the proxy war in Ukraine? And there's probably 10 other things that Jax could have listed there too.
Oh, yeah.
So, but we're gonna
But
poke a
they're
little
so
bit.
revolutionary because every
Yeah.
fucking once 2 or 3 years, one of them will say the truth about Israel out loud, and
Get in trouble for it.
Yeah, they got in
And then
trouble
they can
for
never
it.
say it again. So, I mean, Ilhan Omar wasn't doing anything of value on the committee anyway. I mean, Bernie's been calling out shit for decades, and wow, what's his success rate been?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Am
Just
I heartbroken that she's off the committee? No, I'm not.
no,
I
fuck
don't think
no.
it would matter either
If it
fucking way.
wasn't her, there'd be somebody else. They're just using the Israel woman of color, all that kind of stuff going on. So, oh, goodbye, Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil is on his way out. Finally, Oprah, you owe us like 20 years of,
Yeah, I hate his hair, by the way. I can't stand his hair.
I hate his oversized dentures. Like, dude, with all that money, you couldn't get some implants. Those things look like they're gonna just walk right out of your mouth.
I think Paul Pelosi loans them to him to make those appearances. So here, you need a hammer to get those out? Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I think we're getting towards the end of the show. Jilly, thank you so much for always sending us stuff. And if you've got something you want to contact me with, hit me up on Twitter at Chanda-Masta or Trailer Park Pundit. And of course, what is ours for Beauty and the Boomer? Beauty and the Boomer after dark at gmail.com. So
there you go.
You can send us your stories, and if we like it, we'll put it up.
Yeah. Again, I want to thank emails and people reaching out. We try and respond as much as we can. Really, really horribly busy. But if you don't get a response, I'll apologize. We do our best to read them and get back. But we're really invested in bringing some entertainment, taking the edge off your life, bringing some truths, and supporting our sisters and brothers out there who are actually doing some really great work, bringing facts and information. So, again,
absolutely,
thank you.
We are West Coast time. That's what time we are. We are West Coast. We're on the very far end. Everybody's that way.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I shout out all of my chats real fast. The Rock fan, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Popeye, love seeing you over there.
Popeye.
No, it won't move. Come on. Of course, Kate's over there. Nautilus, welcome. Glad to see you. Popeye, Amber King. Oh, is there a Brave New Future tonight?
No.
No. Okay. No Brave New Future tonight, but next Friday. It sounds
next
like
Friday, I think.
Fred Edwards, thanks for always making sure our links are out there in time.
Warren.
We appreciate it.
Uncle
Ronnie
Warren.
Graham, glad to see ya.
Ronnie,
I think I've shouted out pretty much everybody who's been hanging out. You know how the chat is over there. And let's see, of course. Oh, thank you to everybody who joined us on Rumble. Mr. Bamboo.
Rumble.
I can't say that. Galson Carnation. I know I butchered it.
I usually
you're an arrow way. So thank you. And definitely make sure you're following us on Rumble. We seem to be growing on Rumble, so that's a good thing. We'll probably be there more. We are on Twitch. If you are watching us on Twitch, hi, welcome.
Hi, Twitch.
We've had our Twitch for a long time. We just don't do anything over there. I think I'm going to get Al logged in so he could fix it up for us. And of course, all of our YouTubes. Make sure to follow Trailer Park Pundit's YouTube channel, and not just Beauty and the Boomer. Catalytic, thanks for joining us. Vass Adams, Vic, Ra
from Holland.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, welcome. So glad. You know what? We got some people from over to the pond, so that's awesome. Let's see. Uncle Warren's in here. Extra Bola. Jilly Love, of course, one of our best mods ever. Red Cloud, so glad to see you.
Yes, Red Cloud. Yeah.
Patty and NYC hitting
I
us
like
with
that
a super chat. Let's see.
Patty.
Patty says, Shiba Dog clapping his hands. Yay. We love the little super chats. They're always fun.
We love the super chats.
Peace Dove, glad to see you.
Peace Dove.
Barbara Bartleson. Hi, Barbara.
There's DC
the
again.
Forever
DC.
Love. That's great. I love that name. Forever Love. So many new names and faces starting to show up in the chat, and I just love
and they're
that.
engaging. And they're
Lost
engaging.
Adult. Yes, and they're engaging. They're smart.
Yeah.
You're welcome here. Bring your opinion. Let us know in the chat what you think.
I love
Brad
these chats.
Angel, so
I love
glad
the
to see
chats when they're not all knives out. I mean, some of our shows, it's like, you know, it's
Sometimes
cool.
they're
You guys
toxic.
do-
Anthony, DC.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm not leaving anybody out. You guys are the best. Marby Dog,
Terry Colney.
Yeah, you got
Conley.
that one.
Yeah, Terry
Conley.
Conley.
You got it.
Yeah.
Terry Conley.
Anthony.
Anthony. Pat the Batman fan was in the house. Pat.
So long,
good to see you.
suckers.
So long, suckers.
You did that well. You're going to have to record it. You saying "So long, suckers," Pat, and we'll put it up there. You know, we'll get our own.
For
I
sure.
have a Stream Deck now, so I could put little video clips of that.
I
So
know. I
that's
want you
what
to
I
get the
should use
Stream
that.
Deck going so we can play with it. Pasta
yeah.
and Steve are not the only ones who get to make sound effects.
Yeah, I know. Reef and Indy have been on my ass. I've had it for 3 months and I haven't even plugged it in yet. So
Plug it in.
maybe
Let's play with that
they're-
sucker. I'll be sending you all kinds of sound bites.
Yeah, yeah. Why not? Why not?
Why not?
What are you going out with?
I brought this just for you. I think it's good. I think you'll like it. It is Emerson, Lake and Palmer from the beginning.
Love that song.
Yes, I love that song too. So let me make sure to, let's see. Join us tomorrow night for Beauty and the Boomer. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So tomorrow night, and then
we got some treats for tomorrow night.
We
got
do
a few
have some treats. We do.
Yeah.
And then join me Tuesday morning for Trailer Park Pundit.
Yay!
That's
Trailer
where
Park
we're at.
Pundit.
Oz, thanks for coming and hanging out with me on
thanks for having
Fridays.
me. Yeah,
you are
it's fun.
always invited to hang out in the trailer park on Friday morning. So I hope
Be
you'll join me
careful
more.
what you wish for. You might
Yeah.
get it.
Well, how was it with me engineering? Was it a little more fun?
Oh my
since you didn't have
God! It
the
was like
stress of it?
It was a break, man. I'm not.
Yay.
I'm not. You know, like
Good.
the Farscape pilot. You know.
I know you're.
mean,
Which way am I going?
yeah. So you know, it was
Very
great.
good.
It was wonderful. You did a great job. You didn't have Satan Audio kick your ass today. That's always wonderful. So
No, I
thank you.
outsmarted it before the show,
Yeah.
so we were good.
Yeah, it was great. Fun.
Well, okay. Well, you get outside. Everybody go out and get some vitamin D.
Vitamin
Everybody
D.
needs it. Vitamin
Yeah.
D. And we
Get
will
your
see
vitamins.
you tomorrow night. Have a great Friday.
Bye.
There might have been things I missed, but don't be unkind. It don't mean I'm blind. Perhaps there's a thing or two I thought of lying in bed I shouldn't have said, but there it is. You see, it's all clear. You were meant to be here. From the beginning. Maybe I might have changed and not been so cruel, and not being such a fool. Whatever is done is done. I just can't recall. It doesn't matter at all. You see, it's all clear. You were meant to be here. From the beginning. don't be unkind. It don't mean I'm blind. Perhaps there's a thing or two I thought of lying in bed I shouldn't have said, but there it is. You see, it's all clear. You were meant to be here. From the beginning,